Hi, welcome back to my YouTube channel and today's class where we're going to focus on hip openness and mobility. Namaste. Let's start lying down on the yoga mat, just releasing and lengthening the back of the head and neck as you lower down. Pull both knees in towards your chest, bringing the left hand onto the left knee, right hand onto the right knee. As you inhale, draw both knees up towards your chest so you feel the belly imprint into your thighs. Release out through the mouth, just letting the knees shift back forward. Two more just like this. Inhale, pulling the knees in. Again, open the mouth, shifting and releasing the knees forward. And we'll take one more. Inhale, right down and around the hip crease. Good. Exhale, releasing back forward. Keep the hands on the knees. Now I want you to inhale, open the knees out to the side. Draw the knees up towards your armpits and then together. And we're going to keep moving in these circles. So as you breathe in, shift the knees forward and open them out to the sides. Exhale, you're pulling the knees up towards your armpits and together. And just keep going. Inhaling, just think opening. Exhaling is when we're drawing them together, okay? Breathe in and out now through your nose. You can close the eyes if you like, just to feel around the hips. So for me, I'm just feeling like a little bit of clicking. It doesn't hurt, but around my right hip. So depending for you, as long as there's no pain, if there's sort of clicks and clunks, that can be quite normal, as our hip joint can get quite lodged up in the in the socket there. So this is creating some movement and some mobility straight away. Now let's go the opposite way. So you'll draw the knees in and then open them out, back together, and then up towards the chest. Opening the knees wide, circling them around and back up. Start to move with your breath. So inhaling half the movement, exhaling the other half of the movement. Good, let's take another 4, 3, good, 2, and 1. Bringing the knees together, squeeze them in tight, and now move your hands from the knees to the backs of the thighs here, okay? Depending on your spine, if it feels okay for your spine, we're going to exhale, rock back, inhale, rock forward, exhaling back, inhaling forward. Tiptoes can touch the floor or perhaps hover with a little bit more core activation, and just keep going again for another 4, 3, 2, and then on 1, coming up to your cross-legged seat. And bring your hands onto the hip crease here. So I want you to press down with the palms, lift up through the waist, draw the chin in and just close the eyes. Soften across the forehead, soften around your temples, and let's take 3 cleansing breaths. So in through the nose and out through the mouth. Deep breath in, opening the mouth, inhale, right down and around where you feel the palms, exhaling, 2, inhale, and sigh it out for 3. Really nice. Let's open the eyes. Using the right leg first, or we'll go to the right leg first. Take the left hand, and I want you to bring your left fingers in between, really squidge them in each toe here, okay? Feel a little bit uncomfortable if you wear shoes a lot of the time, which most people tend to do, and your feet are quite squished together. So I want you to really get the fingers right up by the knuckles and squeeze the toes a little bit. That's not going to feel very nice. You can also use the heel of your hand on the pad of your foot to massage. Then with your right hand, from the inner edge of the knee, hook it under, and then we're just going to pulse the leg forwards and backwards. Nothing too vigorous. pulsing forwards and backwards a few times. Okay, then release the right hand, hold on to the right knee, release the left hand, hold on to the left ankle, and we're going to do nice big circles in one direction. And then go around the opposite way. Okay, place the right foot down and we'll just go straight to the left. So right fingers in between the left toes. Push right up so the toes meet the knuckles. And give it a little squeeze. Always good to massage around the feet, create space in the toes as that relates to the health of your spine as well, and obviously all your organs if you think about reflexology. Left arm hooks under and then back and forth with the knee. Try not to round in the back too much, use your core, sit up tall. Nice, and then we can release the left arm, holding onto the left knee, right hand on the foot, and again those nice big circles. The opposite way. So sitting, walking, running, especially high impact sport. If you're a kite surfer and you're jumping and landing, head of the femur can get really lodged up in the hip socket. So this is really important to keep the mobility and the stability. So all the bones are correctly aligned. Very nice. Okay, from here you can place the foot down. We're now going to actually bring the soles of your feet together. You can shift your sit bones back a little bit. The heels don't need to be too close towards the groin. Fingertips, let's start with them on the floor. So you feel that lift through the chest. Shoulders roll back, chin drawing slightly in. Now working towards hip mobility. As you inhale, drawing the knees up towards one another. And then as you breathe out, releasing them down. Good. Let's go for another 2, just like this with the fingers on the floor. So inhaling 1, 2, 3. Exhale 3, 2, 1. Notice your breath. How does it change when the movement also changes in the body? If it's more challenging or if it's a release and more easy. Lower down, 3, 2, 1. Option to keep the hands on the floor, or we're going for another 3 with the arms out to the side. So off we go. Lifting up, so obviously without the hands on the ground we don't have that anchor point, so it goes into even more of an active stretch. We're having to really mobilize and use the little muscles around the hip joint to pull up. Good, and to gently release down. Let's do one more like this, all the way up. See if the legs, the knees can release down. If we're tight, they don't want to go too far, like mine. Flip the palms. Last round, again, third option with the arms up. You can always bring them back down towards the floor. Reach the arms up, hug the upper arms in towards your ears. Off we go, inhaling. Exhale, 3, 2, 1. Lift the arms up even more and keep that lift. As you lift up, keep reaching through the arms, the side of the waist and the fingers as the knees lower down. So we're working in those 2 directions. Let's go one more. Good. And then lower those knees slowly, slowly down. Keep the arms lifted, but now turn your palms out. Draw the chin in, make sure there's no movement in the body, just that head of the shoulder girdle now working around. And then we can bring those knees together, cross the ankles, go ahead and roll all the way forward. Come into an extended child's to begin with, so knees wide, big toes touch. bottom to the heels, and then reach the arms long, bowing the head down. You can bring your hands mat's width apart and just softening here, connecting to your breath. Feel the fingers and the knuckles underneath the mat as you inhale. Now pull yourself up onto hands and knees. Slide the hands underneath the shoulders. Tuck your toes and just lift and press straight back into downward facing dog. You'll want to step the feet back, walk the hands a little bit further forward. Walking in your downward facing dog as ever, hands shoulder distance, feet hips distance. Just as we did earlier when we reached the arms up towards the sky, I want you to hug the upper arm bones in towards the ears. Good. Looking at your feet, let's walk the hands back towards your feet, taking a forward fold. At the back of your mat, take hold of either elbow. Drop your head so you're really looking between the legs and up towards the sky. So we're getting that length in the back of the neck. Good. See what it's like to just close the eyes and soften the cheeks. Okay, release your hands, placing your fingertips on the floor. Look at your feet. Toe heel your feet out now, so you end up with the arch of your foot on the crease of the mat. Toes pointing out, heels pull in, and we're going to sink down into our Malasana Yogi squat. So it's important for this one. You can keep the hands. Let's keep the hands on the floor just to begin with. You want to have the feeling that your hips are pressing forward and your shoulders are over the hips, okay? We don't want to be rounding and sticking the bottom out. Heels may be down or lifted. Again, it depends on how tight you are in the Achilles tendon. And let's just shift from side to side. Again, you can lift the heel or keep the foot flat. Working around here, waking up the toes, the balls and arches of the feet, as well as around our hips, okay? Let's settle back at center. Bring the hands now, we'll bring the hands together at the center of the chest and form Kali Mudra, so interlacing all the fingers apart from the index fingers. Look down at your feet, press into the outer edge, the little toe edge of your feet, sending the knees out. We're going to go to stand for a count of 5. Slowly. 4, 3, squeeze the bottom, 2, 1. Arms reach up, inhale. And then lowering down with the arms lifted, 5, 4, 3, 2, where are those shoulders? 1. Take a breath in, keep the arms where they are, but pull them back even more. Coming up, 5, send the knees out, 4, squeeze the bum, tummy in, 3, 2, 1, and then last one down, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stay where you are, just lift the chest, pull the arms back even more. Exhale, bring that Kali Mudra, palms down, and then carefully just placing the knees down. They'll be as wide as the width of the mat. Shift the big toes to touch, and we'll come back into that extended child's pose. So bottom to heels, and the arms reach forward. Palms press down. Nice, even, steady breath here. Okay, when you're ready, inhale, rise up onto hands and knees. Go ahead and tuck the toes, push back into downward facing dog pose. Again, checking the alignment, checking the length of the spine. So if you are a little bit rounded in your back, bend the knees. Think long spine before aiming to get the heels to the floor. Doesn't matter if heels are on or off the floor. Okay, stillness in your downward facing dog. Inhale, reach the right leg out behind you for 3-legged dog. Exhale, big lunge with the right foot to the outer edge of your right hand. If it doesn't get there, use your right hand and place the foot there. Lower the left knee onto the floor. Lower the top of the left foot onto the floor. And then with your right foot, shift the toes out slightly. Your hands can stay where they are if this is intense enough in the left hip. Walk the hands a little bit further forward if you've got the room, and the elbows can start to sink towards the floor. Go to your level, relax the head, and gently you can move from side to side. If it feels good to breathe out through the mouth, a big sigh or a lion is always welcome.
This is really good, huh?
Okay, walk the hands back. Okay, so we're going to turn the right foot to face forward, tuck the back toes and lift the left knee. So coming into our low lunge, squeezing the left glute. Right hand is going to lift up towards the sky, so low lunge twist here. Really feel the back of your left thigh lifting up. Now we're going to go into our reverse Skandasan, okay? So both feet, you're going to turn your feet to the right, so the toes turn to the right, and come onto the outer edge of both feet. Dipping your left hip down towards the mat. Make sure your left hand is still pointing forward, and your right arm can reach to the back of the mat, okay? Now as you inhale, watch closely. I'm going to lift the bottom up, reach the right arm forward, and then on the exhale, you can cactus your right arm as you dip the hips back down. Let's take another 3. Inhaling, reaching forward. Make sure your exhale is smooth and soft. 3, 2, 1. Again, inhale, 1, 2, 3. Exhale, 3, 2, 1. This time we're going to reach forward, turn on the feet so we come into that low lunge. Look closely, I'm going to pull the left heel in. I know I'm not facing you now, and coming into reverse Skandasan. Left leg is straight, right knee is bent, and I'm sinking my hips towards the right heel, okay? Bring your hands, they can be on the floor or hands at the heart. I like to bring the right hand to the inner edge of the knee, fingertips on the floor, and open the left arm to the sky. We're going to take 3 breaths here, breathing in. You can always press the left foot on the floor. These are variations with the feet. Just make sure there's activeness. 2. Inhale. On your exhale, lower the left hand down. Shift now to the center of your mat. So you're lifting your hips. Keep the feet where they are, but turn the toes in and the heels out. I'm now going to look between my legs to say hi to you. So toes are in, heels are out. Fingertips under the shoulders. Take a halfway lift on your inhale. And then melt all the way down, forward fold as you exhale. The hands can stay where they are, or walk the hands underneath the shoulders, dropping the head like we did earlier in that forward fold. It's always nice to release or circle the head. Again, think about when we were in our Malasana Yogi squat. You were pushing into the outer edges of your feet. I want you to do the same here. And let's just relax for a few breaths. Soft face, soft cheeks. Keep your hands where they are. Just lift up onto your fingertips if you need a little bit more room. Inhale. Now walk your hands towards your left foot, turning to be in your low lunge at the back of the mat. I want you to release your right knee down and the top of the right foot. So we're coming into and doing the rewind of what we did at the front of the mat. Bring your left hand to the inner edge of the left foot, and then walk your left foot a little bit wider so your hands are under your shoulders, and turn your left foot to an angle, okay? Again, you can move the hands a bit further forward. This is our lizard that we're coming into now, sinking into the hips. And this is where I always feel I need to do a nice big sigh. So let's go for it together. Big breath in. In the hips is where we hold a lot of repressed tension. So doing a lion or a sigh can help release. Let's do a lion now. Inhaling. Bravo. Okay, from here we're going to walk the hands back. We're coming into our low lunge twist. Look at your left foot, turn the toes forward. Right foot, the back foot, tuck the toes, lift the knee. Make sure your right hand is positioned underneath the right shoulder. Your left knee stays stacked over the heel as you raise that left arm up. Good. Reach up on your inhale and squeeze your right glute. Reverse Skandasan, so you're turning the toes to the left, the long edge of the mat, and coming to the outer edge of both feet. Yes. Okay. When you're ready, we lift the hips, reach that left arm over, inhaling. Slowly exhale, and you can cactus the arm towards your left glute or rib, side of the waist. Let's go, 3 more. Inhale smoothly is the key. Exhaling 1. Inhale. Exhaling 2. Inhaling, stay here. Reverse Skandasan. Place the left hand down. Turn to face the other side of your mat, lifting your right ball of foot off the floor. The right leg is now straight. Left arm on the inner edge of the knee. Raise the right arm to the sky, breathing in. Soften your jaw, exhaling 1. Inhale. Exhaling 2. Inhale. Right hand, the arm that's in the sky, comes down onto the floor as you exhale 3. Back into our wide-legged forward fold. Push to lift the sit bones, turn the heels in, align the heels with one another, toes in. Halfway lift, breathe in. This time let's hold onto the outer edges of the ankles as we fold. Again, give the head a little wiggle if that feels good. Nothing vigorous, always working with compassion. Okay, bring the hands onto the shins, halfway lift, inhale. And then I want you to turn now to the right foot. Hands frame that right foot, step it into downward facing dog, exhale. Let's take a half vinyasa, inhale forward into plank. Knees can be on or off the floor, chaturanga. Flip into up dog or cobra, inhale. And then push it back into downward facing dog, exhale. From your down dog, walking your hands back towards your feet once more. Taking your forward fold with the opposite elbow or forearm in front. Sway softly from side to side. Just soften and release a little more. Even if you feel your body tense, saying in your mind to soften makes that little bit of difference. Release the hands down, coming back into our Malasana Yogi squat at the back of the mat. Toe heel your feet to be as wide as the width of the mat with the toes out, heels in, and then shifting the hips to lower, lifting the chest over the knees and bringing the hands to the heart. Really nice. Let's take the right arm to the inner edge of the right knee, fingertips down. Reach the left arm to the sky, deep breath in. Hands to the heart, exhale out. Left side, arm in, fingers down, and right arm lifts up. Noticing if that right knee wants to collapse in, use the strength. Then bring the hands back to the heart. Bring the wrists, if possible, level with the elbows. That's going to press the knees out even more. And then very carefully bringing your hands down, bringing your bottom down onto your mat. Keep your feet as wide as the width of the mat, but with the toes now pointing forward, fingertips on the floor, and just windscreen wipe your knees from side to side. Really nice. Okay, then we'll shift the feet together. Make sure you're at the very top of your mat. As we reach the arms forward, lift the chest up. A little bit of core. I always like to do this one to work those deep core muscles as we lower for 10, 9, 8, 7, tummy is flat, 6, 5, toes are down, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. Draw the knees in. I want us to finish with what we started with. So hands are on either knee. Relax the head and shoulders down. You can have the hands or even the fingertips if you feel you have a bit more room. We're making those circles. So shifting the knees forward, opening the knees out to the side, and then drawing them up and together. Let's close the eyes and just keep going in this direction. Keep the jaw relaxed. The jaw and the hips are linked, so you can even separate the teeth a little bit. Good. When you finish your circle in this direction, start to go in the opposite way. You may sort of be feeling the same sensations as you did at the beginning of class. That's fine. Maybe it feels a little bit less strenuous. Who knows? The idea is simply to observe, to notice, so we stay in our body, so we stay present. Good, and again, after this circle, hug the knees in. I want you to point your toes, keep the hands now interlaced around the knees. Inhale, lift your nose up towards the knees, pulling the knees down to the chest. Stay lifted as you exhale, turn your head to the right. Inhale, nose to knees. Exhale, turn your head to the left. Inhale, nose to knees. And exhale, releasing the legs, releasing the arms, all the way down for our Shavasana. So make sure your legs are as wide as the width of your mat. Your arms alongside the body, palms face up. Tailbone lengthening, back of the neck lengthening, and let's take a big sigh to release. So all the way in through the nose. Drop straight into Shavasana. With your eyes still closed, begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Circle the wrists and the ankles. And as your breath increases with your next inhale, reach the arms long above the head. Circle the arms around as you pull your knees in close to your chest, rocking the body gently from side to side. And then holding on to the backs of the thighs as we rock and roll forwards and backwards for 3, for 2, and coming up to your comfortable cross-legged seat for 1. Here in your seat, taking the hands once more to the hip crease, taking your inner gaze down to this part of the body that we have been focusing bringing our awareness, our movement and our breath to. Shifting the hands from the hips to your heart. Take a deep breath in. And a happy sigh. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining, and please, if you like the class, comment, like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.